On the SCST Act, see what has happened, that how it started, the reservation policy and how the issue of reservation started is known to us. And if I share one experience, which I have talked about in my another book, Evolution of RSS, where there was the very contentious discussion going on in a Pratinidhi Sabha about reservations. Voices were raised, very angry debates took place. And Balasaheb Devraj was very sick at that time. He was lying down in the bed on another room and listening to the debate on a speaker. He was, at the end of the day, he told his colleagues that I want to address the meeting tomorrow. They said, you can't even sit, you can't even lie down properly, your bones break, your bones pain, and how will you do that? He said, I want to go. This insistence also seen another, how he worried about the people. That's a different, I can't speak now. But he was brought down next day on a wheelchair and he just spoke for a minute. He said, I heard the discussion of my brethren. I would request all of you to think that suppose you are born in the place, in a house about which you are talking, which meant in a Dalit house, in a poor house, in a SCST home. Think if you're a member of that society and you're born in that particular cottage, what your views would be. That small talk changed the entire tone of the debate, and everybody then came up with a very unifying message on reservations. In fact, when Marathwada University was to be renamed and Dr. Ambedkar University, there was ruckus for years together. Only Sangh and ABP took a firm stance of the renaming, and politicians are playing politics. So this approach, a long-term compassionate approach, has been RSS Way about SCST, about reservations as well. SCST, now what has happened over time, then the OBC reservations came. Now reservation is no more about social justice. It is more about politics. Every issue can be blown out of proportion. So when SCST Act was in a way truly presented by Supreme Court, it was Supreme Court which gave the particular decision. It was very sane decision, but it was immediately twisted around. And politicians like votes. Politicians don't like to get into something which can hurt their base. And that is the reason SCST Act was restored in a much more stringent manner. Now, this is something that we can educate people about. And we can talk about creamy layer, but nobody has even defined the creamy layer after years and years of judgment, when Supreme Court said that you need to define creamy layer when a person has taken advantage of reservation, should not get reservation advantage for his family or his children. It has not been defined yet properly. So it is more a political thing where one has to be very, very careful and one has to tread very carefully. And there is no doubt even today, there are areas where there is untouchability in a very horrible manner. People are attacked, people are lynched for going to a temple or asking for water, etc. I am not saying entire society is that. We have worked for that in Samarastha. Everybody has worked on it. But the kind of politics which from economic issues, everything can be turned to politics, to caste, to religion, as we saw in farmer agitation, which is saw in SCST Atrocity Act. Though Sangh's position is clear, it is in the arena of politics that this topic falls. So I would only say this so much.